I did a whistle, not a song. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Atomic Mass Transmissions Live. Today, we're going to be painting up something I've been working on for a little bit on my spare time. I've been working on a Spirit of Vengeance Captain Marvel. I'm not the best sculptor. I've been teaching myself sculpting and mainly working with fire and some other odds and ends like boots and belt straps and stuff like that. Just learning some basic fundamentals of sculpting with traditional putties and stuff like that. But I had this fun conversion, and since it's the autumn season, and we've been doing some spooky stuff. Schick did a flame jacket. Who was it? Star-Lord. And we did Spooky Ultron. I figured this would be a good time to finish it up, which I did this over the weekend, and paint it up today. So we're going to kick it over to Minicam, and we're going to take a look at the Spirit of Vengeance Captain Marvel and paint it up. Let's go to Minicam. Now, there we go. So there you go. I took the tactical rock and removed it and added a pin to lift her up in the air, sculpted some flames, got some extra flames around the base, swirling around, and took a couple extra Ghost Rider chains, and kind of got rid of her sashes, did chains, added some little flame licks here and there. Like I said, I'm not the best sculptor, so I needed to hide some gaps, so I did that. And I gave her a spinal column and some rib cage, like you can already see. These are actually present on the regular sculpt, but I kind of accentuate them, make them more rib cagey, and took an extra Ghost Rider head, and put it on there, and then used some putty to clean up the gap. So we're just gonna get cranking on this Spirit of Vengeance Captain Marvel for fun time shenanigans, and I'm just gonna get a couple brushes ready, get some of that delicious Hold Your Blue, and we're going to put some blue down on the costume first. And this is just going to be basically a wash to change the costume blue. And then we're going to go over that with blacks later. But I want that blue on there to create some color in my black. Just to start the black and give it some life and definition. And basically create like a start to our highlights. We're just going to... Got a little hair there stuck in the primer. That's all right. We'll dig that out. But this will just start forming the shadow, highlight to create volume in the sculpt. So, how's everyone today? Hopefully you're having a great day. Maybe you're painting along, taking a little break well-deserved break from work, painting during lunch. Or maybe you're watching later. I'm not going to get too picky in some of these areas. We're just going to go for like a cool 6 tabletop standard here. We're not doing fancy. For costumes black, what color should the gloves be? Should those be black as well? Are we going to be coming to LVO? I don't believe we have plans for LVO. Any chance we can see Ghost Rider's card? I don't have a Ghost Rider card. They don't give me rules. I'll make them too ridiculous. We're going to darken this area. Darken the back of the arms. Just go around the costume with our blue. That will be black. As I love in the old comics, there's always that blue highlight to the black costumes, especially like Ghost Rider. He's always got that like blue highlight. You can kind of mimic that here with your paint. How much toe did I leave sticking out? Quite a bit, quite a bit. That area, the undersides don't really matter. You're not really going to see it. It's funny, I did the conversion. I haven't really thought about the color scheme. I know I got bone for the spinal column and the ribs in there, but I haven't really thought about like the symbol across the chest. I will take suggestions if anybody's got any. I'm going to define that action line a little bit more before we get in there with the blacks. All right, I think the gloves are going to be fire. Yeah, I think this will all be flamey. I think that's a good call. If we do the symbol across the chest flamey, I think that means the gloves should be black though. I think so. I see a lot of paint jobs of Captain Marvel where the hands are painted glowy to kind of represent the binary form, but we got the Spirit of Vengeance going on, so we don't really. That's what's representing binary in this one. All right, that's a pretty good start. All right, let's get some bone colored Punisher skull. Yeah, glad you're liking the updates. You know, it's nice to go back and you know, you learn a lot and you develop new ideas. And well, that is a metallic. That is not what I want. I got the wrong color. You know, it's not about like trying to get things right the first time. It's about taking what you learn and applying it as you go in life. And, sometimes that just means going back and reevaluating and making sure everything works the way it was intended. So it's been very cool to see these new bottle did not get shaken good enough. I gotta shake. But get these miniatures kind of reevaluated and get them more in line with what they're intended to do, based off learning and growing, which is the mantra here at Atomic Mouse Games. It's all about learning and growing. Life is a journey, not a destination. And so sometimes you just gotta keep going and learning, developing new ways to think, new ideas, taking hard-learned lessons and applying them to new points in life. It's like I always talk about failing. It's like failing's a good thing. Failing just means you're learning something, right? And I'm not using failing as like a negative. It's like trying something and it not working out sometimes is more beneficial than trying something and it working out, because you pick up new approaches during that time, right? If you would have just succeeded the first time, there might have been something you missed that would have made it even better if you would have just failed that first time. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. All right, now we're taking some black. I got Decay Black. And start darkening up the costume, leaving a little bit of that blue shining through. There's a question. Oh, I put all kinds of stuff on when I'm painting. A wide variety of music. I have my collection of movies I call my painting movies. Just movies that I kind of know inside and out and I can just have in the background and paint to them. It was funny, my kid always knew when I was painting by just walking through the door and hearing what movie was playing. Got a little hair stuck in the primer. That happens. Like I said, we're not going to be super picky. I just want it to look cool. How did I wrap the chain like that? I just took a couple of extra Ghost Rider chains and warmed them up and bent them into shape. gone through all the MCU movie. I have definitely done that probably twice. Two or three times since the beginnings of AMG. They're just good movies to put on in the background for me anyways at this point, just because I've seen them so many times. Like, I think I've watched... Which ones have I watched the most? I mean, Captain Marvel I've probably watched 4 or 5 times. Everybody Loves Thor Ragnarok. I've probably watched that like 10 times or so. What alternate costume do I want to paint the most? Like sculpted costume or just a paint job on an existing costume? Because it's different for me. We're just going to keep darkening where we see fit. Answer both. I don't know, I kind of want to say like the symbiote suit Spider-Man. But that's definitely like a different sculpt to me. Even though I did one of the Rivals panel Spider-Man in the black symbiote suit, like it really just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite like the symbiote suit. But I would love, so I'd love to paint like an actual symbiote suit Spider-Man. Just on an existing sculpt. Oh, I don't know. It's tough. There was a part of me I wanted to do Avengers Endgame Ultron. So like white metal. Like the in-game suits. Except for on Ultron. I just think that'd be kind of cool looking. Just applying a bunch of white armor philosophies to Ultron's style and aesthetic just seems really, really cool to me. That almost actually happened last time I was on, and instead we did Spooky Ultron. Like it was almost a white suit, white armor Ultron, but it ended up being Spooky Ultron. So sometimes I don't really have a plan going into these things. I'm definitely a fly by seat in my pants kind of guy sometimes. Where I'm just like, I don't know, let's do this. Like right before a lot of streams, there'll be like a exchange between me and Schick either way, where he'll ask me or I ask him like, I have no ideas. What would be good? And then we'll just start throwing ideas at each other. And sometimes you go with that idea. Sometimes that idea leads to something else in your head. Or you start and somebody says something on stream, you're just like, oh, yeah, well, I don't like that idea. Seems pretty good. Or BK goes, are you painting this? And you're like, I wasn't, but now I am. All right. Feels pretty dark. Dark enough for government work. Blue flame? No, I think I'm going to do red flames. Howie asked whose head I'm using. Is it obvious or not obvious? Are you being sarcastic? I think you're being sarcastic. Bladderbird Studios hyped to see Juggernaut. Totes agree. I just painted my Juggernaut the other night. I got him all finished. Super stoked for Juggernaut. Just love the Juggernaut. Okay, we're gonna put a little green in the skull. Just a little bit. Rubo233, I don't think 2023 is correct. I don't think that's right. We're going to do a little richer green. I can tell who's used these paints and who hasn't. How has Goblin as Pumpkin Bombs not made it for a spooky paint stream? Good question. Right before, I just did Goblin just, a month ago I did Goblin? I feel like it was like a month ago. Can even confirm or deny that. No, I did the Red Goblin. I painted up Red Goblin last month, which was super interesting because that costume is nothing like the sculpt. So it was a lot of fun kind of interpreting what was going on there. What do I got here? Yeah, it's pretty recently I did Red Goblin on stream. He's a lot of fun. Very interesting to approach. Shipping delays. I'm super thankful we have all these new card updates to keep the meta. Yeah, shipping delays are not fun. Not fun for us either. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If I could go and fix the problem, I would, right? But that is a situation so far out of the hands of the people that work here at AMG. But every one of us wants every one of you to have the new fun stuff. I mean, what's the fun of making something and then not letting somebody have it? But that is well beyond my control / purview. And actually, everybody here at AMG's, like, we don't have a shipping department here. Just our little scrappy crew. I know I'm going to paint these chains in a little bit. I want to go ahead and just block in some of this yellow. Just to get kind of a base coat. Just to get a feel for it. Yeah, I don't know. Dura Wildstar, I don't know anything about shipping containers. I know if you go online, you can do some research, and it's quite the mess. It's quite the mess. Did I spoil the entire 2022 release schedule? Oh boy, oh boy. That'll get me in trouble. That'll get me in trouble real quick. So you say you want it spoiled, but in reality, you know if I spoil it, then you have nothing to look forward to. I've seen it to the future. There comes a point where it's like, oh, I've seen that. There's some pretty nifty stuff coming, let me tell you. Organized play kit. We do all kinds of organized play. We do like Vibranium Heist, and we do several those kind of organized play kits. They're pretty amazing. And there's always more. There's always more. Development's always working on some new. That looks nice. That looks nice brown. I want to add some brown to that bone color. Remember, we can't talk about future stuff. A little brown in here. Just a little darkening of this bone. A little brown in there. Spinal column. What we got here? Oh yeah, separation anxiety. So good, so good. Future Dallas can totally talk about past Dallas stuff. Unfortunately, Future Dallas is stuck in a time paradox alongside many of the time travelers. He got caught during a time heist. What I do after my big win on stream, I came back to work. Did anybody watch that stream? Holy cow. Crossbones, MVP, doing work. I've always loved Crossbones. He always just does so much for me. And to be able to like do that on stream was so fun. But like top of turn 2, first activation, he just removed Captain America from the table. That was amazing. And then proceeded to just spend the rest of the game doing work. I'll re-up these bones a little bit. Spinal column. Let's get some silvers in here for these chains. There's some silvers in there somewhere. Let's go with black metal. Knowing where there's always more planned. There's always more planned. There's always more everything planned. We got plans and plans and plans. Oh yeah, Durwell has a point. Future Dallas is constantly becoming present Dallas. It's the paradox in which I lead. Yeah, just Crossbones in that mailbox. Yeah, Crossbones picked up that mailbox, put it on his fist, and just went to town. It was so good. I used the Smash Tactic card, and Crossbones just strapped that mailbox on his, I don't know, is he a southpaw? I think he's a righty. I can't remember. I know in the sculpt he's swinging with his right. But came in there swinging and just proceeded to just go to town on everyone. Yeah, Zemo was totally the decoy. Now, trust me, I didn't like losing Zemo, but overall, I think it worked in the end for me. It was almost a piece trade that I wasn't counting on, but ended up being good for me. But it was a fun game. Super fun game. Oh yeah, there's more articles. Like I said, when you get ready to ask, is there more planned? The answer is almost always, of course. I mean, heck, our miniature schedule goes way out in the future. We're working on concepts that are like years away. The sculpt is further out than dev. We talk about this a lot. All right. I like that yellow. I think I want to carry that across the torso. I think that's going to read really good. Let's bring that down just a bit though. Let's add a little orange, red. Do we have a good orange? Let's add a little orange to that. The brush is giant. Alright, this is definitely going to help break up all that black. That'll be a good foundation for the yellows. That'll help break up that black. I need a bright white blue, something really icy. Something super icy. That is not what I'm looking for. I need something really icy. That's not it. Where's an icy blue? Let's make one. Where's make one? What a little white. These are all clogged. Every one of these paint bottles is clogged right now. This is why I like paint pots. Oops. Made a mess. All right, what are we talking about? I'm painting. It's hard to keep track of what's happening on on the chat. Y'all gotta keep me informed. You blame Pagani for what? For the paint pots? He's only been allowed to paint once. He did make a mess. But and look what happened. Yep. I'm just gonna do a little nicks and scritches. Start building some highlights. On our blocks. Sorry, this is the point where I get a little focused. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. I don't know. Did I ever post a picture of the Spooky Ultron? I did not. He actually didn't get finished on stream. And I've been a little busy at work, so I haven't had time to finish him up. He's still got like some cleanup, like the regular cleanup that needs to happen after stream. And his base is not done. And something else. There was something else I wasn't quite sold on, but I don't remember what it was now. But there's always a little bit of work that has to go in after this. Yeah, it just didn't quite get finished. Turns out painting an anatomical skeleton on a robot in an hour was a little more ambitious than I thought. But I gave it a go. You know, what can I say? I gave it a go. It's gonna be on my tombstone. Here's Dallas. He gave it a go. Just a little more highlight. Maybe kick it up one more time. Adding more white to the ultra blue. Just the sharpest highlights. Sorry, I'm in my head. In the paint zone again. Kind of zoning out. How's that look? A few more dots. All right. Let's go back to our orange and yellow. Just work on this base coat. On these lighter colors, the pigments used to make light colors like oranges and yellows, they're like they're further apart, right? They're more open. So that's why you usually got to do like 2 or 3 coats of those kind of colors to get good, even, solid coverage. Right, the pigment used to make blue. Blue is like your most powerful color. I've heard the term bully cover. Blue is kind of a bully. Just a little bit of blue can punch all the other hues out of the way. Can really get aggressive and just take over anything you're working on. So blue is one of those colors that you typically, in paint, covers very quick, very easily, one coat. And that's because the pigment that blue is derived from is more effectively concentrated, right? Whereas your yellows, just the pigment even used to make those colors that even exist are just more spread out. Yeah, I don't even use orange and yellow typically as my base coats. I'm doing it here for speed, and also because I can't find the color I want. So, you know, I just don't even start with yellow. Usually with yellow, I don't even paint yellow. Yellow is like the final highlight to yellow. Like, I don't want typically yellow to even be my mid-tone for yellows. Many times if you look at my yellows, it's a lot of ochres and browns and sienna colors. And then the yellow is reserved for the final highlight, and the overall makes the entire thing look yellow. If you're wanting a canary yellow, you can use greens and blues, turquoises, kind of do the same thing. Pink makes a wonderful base color to yellow as well. But yeah, I typically don't start with a yellow. I use an off-white, anything but yellow. to start the painting process of yellow. We should do a yellow paint stream, how to paint yellow, because like you'll find that look at things that are yellow. Yellow tends to be not the dominant color. There's all these other colors hiding within it that helps make it look, especially in miniatures. So something we might just do a stream. Just we're gonna paint something yellow, which just might be a fun series of paint streams. Just instead of specifically trying to paint this character, maybe we should do like, I mean, we'll still use characters obviously, but like focus on a color as well. What would everybody think about that? Let us know. I mean, I'm literally not painting yellow properly now. We're just getting some good base coats. Holy cow, we got 5 minutes. Yeah, I like to pick a color really far away from yellow. And you build into yellow. It's like painting white. You don't start with pure white. You start with an off-white, and you build into it, reserving pure white for those final highlights. Make the skull pop out. I'm just going to keep adding to that. More white, blue, brown. Yeah, I don't know. It could be really fun to do some like color-centric paint streams. Oh yeah, we've done terrain on streams. Could be fun to do more terrain streams. Like I said, if there's something you want to see, just let us know. All right, maybe one more highlight. Add a little red to my orange and yellow. Add a little red to, I don't even know what color red this is. Mayhem red to my orange and yellow. Add a little red to my orange and yellow. Terrain weathering in 3 easy steps. Yeah, we did, what terrain did we paint on stream? I know we did apartment buildings. I did some airbrushing on those. I feel like there's some terrain I could do really quick. For sure. I'm zoning out in the paint again. Alright, we only got a few more minutes left, and then I gotta go back to work. So you got any questions, get them in now. I think overall this is looking pretty cool. Still some refining and cleanup to do. And I need to work on this torso symbol. And remember, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we stream here at Atomic Mass Transmissions. Check us out on Twitch. And if you're looking for any of the latest news, information, and announcements, you should, of course, check us out on social media, Instagram, Twitter. It's where BK likes to post all the stuff coming up. Tomorrow, even though he's the master of dumping my paints all over the place, we're going to bring back Mr. Will Pagani. He's going to be doing some painting with me. So you should join in for that. Should be a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll get in some nonsense. That's pretty close. We're pretty close. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Feeling pretty good about this. Overall, not bad for an hour's work. I could see another hour being put into this just to refine the flames. do a wash on the metals and bring them back, finish up the base, and maybe tidy up the bone just a little bit more, especially the spinal column and ribs, which I haven't really touched. But I got the skull in a pretty good spot, and I think I need a little more definition on the hands and arms just to bring them out, but overall feeling pretty good. And then I'll probably throw a little cast light on the underside of the legs to have definition. So I'll use some sort of yellow or orange, probably an orange, to create some highlight definition on the legs to just define the shape and volume of the legs a little bit better. So overall, not bad. I was pretty happy with this conversion. I thought it was a lot of fun. It'll look really cool on the table. Now I kind of feel like I need to build a whole list of Spirit of Vengeance. So 17 points of Spirit of Vengeance characters would be a lot of fun to work on. I don't know who that'd be. Ghost Rider's 5, Captain Marvel's 4. That's 9. I got 8 more points to spend. Oh, got stuff to think about. All right, so until tomorrow, we will catch you later and have a great day. And I didn't click it back to my face camera, so I'm just going to put it on this camera and just do the song. That's it. That's the song. Bye, guys. Dun, 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 dun.